In this video we're going to look at some terminology. Now don't get too worried if you're unsure of what these things are we're talking about, because we will be going over them over the next 2 or 3 videos. This is just to introduce some of the words so that if you hear the words mentioned in the next videos, you'll know what I'm talking about. So let's say we start off with this triangle. So we've got a triangle here, and we're interested in this particular angle, theta. And let's call this height here y, this length here x, and let's call this length up here r. Now these lengths of the triangle here, they're given particular names. Now this side here is called the opposite. The reason why it's called the opposite is because it's opposite the angle that we're interested in. So this is the angle we're interested in, and if you go opposite it, you get to this length here. Now the length x is called the adjacent because it's adjacent to the angle, and this length up here is called the hypotenuse. Now when we look at our functions, or trigonometric functions, we'll look at one called the sine, the cosine and the tangent, and those are shortened to sine, cos and tan. Now the sine functions being given by a ratio of the two lengths y divided by the r, or equivalent you could say the opposite over hypotenuse. The cosine is going to be given by the x divided by the r, or equivalent you could say the adjacent over the hypotenuse. And the tan function is going to be given by the y divided by the x, which is the opposite over the adjacent. Now when you're first learning this, sometimes people use this little mnemonic here, and it's called SOHCAHTOA. For me personally, I wouldn't be using it, but when it comes to learning it, it's maybe handy when you're first starting off. But I think it's best actually if you can understand what it is you're doing and why it is you're doing it, rather than memorising even these little mnemonics. But it might help you at the beginning. So the mnemonic here is SOHCAHTOA. So it's SOH, and that really says sine. So the sine is going to be the opposite over the hypotenuse. So it's the opposite over hypotenuse. And the cosine is going to be the adjacent over the hypotenuse. And the tangent is going to be the opposite over adjacent. So it might take you a little bit of time to remember these things and for it to kind of stick. But what we're going to do in future videos here is actually look at another way of understanding trigonometry, so you're not memorising these sorts of things. You want to be able to in effect derive this sort of stuff in your own head, because and if you're going to own the subject, it's going to be easy for you. But you can start off looking at it in this term here as SOHCAHTOA. So we'll go ahead over the next few videos and we'll look at these functions, the sine and the cosine, the tangent, and we'll do a few questions on them. So thank you for listening. I'll get you on the next video. Goodbye.